Hi everyone, SpiderMan 1991 here for my reviews of the week. Okay, first up from Marvel, Amazing Spider-Man 625, where the Gauntlet now returns to the Rhino story arc. Now then, just a quick recap. Peter Parker's fired, and Oleksky said something Russian has now retired since the role of the Rhino and is now happily married, and now there's a new Rhino trying to take the mantle by fighting him, by trying to kill Oleksky. Alright, first up we have the new Rhino training, telling him to get back into action. Then Peter Parker is in the unemployment line. But then he gets talking to Mary Jane, then gets yanked away by Nora from Frontline. And she takes him to City Hall to help cover an event, saying that she'll help him in some way. Then Oleksky sees his wife, and then all of a sudden the event is attacked by the new Rhino, and Spidey goes in to save the day, and then Oleksky goes and calls the Rhino out, saying he'll meet him somewhere at midnight for a showdown. New Rhino escapes, and then Oleksky points out that he lied, and that he's trying to sneak him and his wife out of here, so they sign up for the Witness Protection Program, and Spider-Man puts a call into the Avengers to help give him a police escort out of the city, but then all of a sudden, new Rhino attacks and kills Oleksky's wife, which makes him angry and decides to put on the Rhino skin yet again. And Spider-Man goes and fights the new Rhino. Old Rhino number 1 returns, and then they fight. Boom. And basically Rhino 1 kills Rhino 2, and now Oleksky's back to being an animal again. And then we got the Peter Parker in the unemployment line, and he just decides he doesn't want this and just leaves. Okay, so Amazing Spider-Man 625 was very good, actually. It was impressive. It seemed to instead of giving us a new guy behind the suit, they just decided to go back to the original in some way. That was impressive. So I would definitely recommend picking this up. Next up, Dark Avengers number 15. Now, first of all, we open up to this takes place before Siege and kind of a behind-the-scenes feature. First up, Dr. Doom orders Osborn to deliver Namor to him, and then Osborn summons the Void, and Void attacks Doom, who's revealed to be a Doombot. Then Osborn orders Victoria Hand to evacuate the entire tower because they're under attack. And we have Doom, and then Osborn orders the Void to transform back into Robert Reynolds, and then everyone's evacuating, and Bullseye asks Robert Reynolds' wife to come with him on a helicopter out of there, while the rest of the Avengers and Victoria Hand are in a Quinjet. And then Hawkeye goes away, and they try to follow him. And it's revealed that Hawkeye has this helicopter over the ocean, and he's talking to Reynolds' wife about this, and he's talking about how Sentry could have any woman he wanted to, but he chose her, and he calls her ugly, and she slaps him. Then Bullseye strangles her, kills her, and throws her body into the ocean. And Sentry rips the Doombot in half. Then Hawkeye returns, and Robert wants to know where his wife is. And Hawkeye says that she killed herself. She jumped out of the chopper because she didn't take it anymore. Sentry goes off, and then Iron Patriot tells Victoria Hand that this was a treason attack by Latveria. And then Osborn goes over to talk to Hawkeye, and Victoria finally gets what Hawkeye did. Okay? So, alright, this seems to be a good close-off to the Dark Avengers. It seems to be a good tie-in to the scene about the Siege, about how Sentry is sort of losing it now. Okay? I'd recommend picking this up for the Siege event, just for background for that. Okay, next up, Siege itself with issue number 3. Okay, we have a conversation at the White House about how Osborn is committing treason by ordering an invasion of Asgard, and the president asks what should they do, and they say they'd call in Osborn and his team, but we actually have, and the president asks for the military, but they point out that Captain America's there with his Avengers, and Nick Fury's there, and throughout the issue we do get dialogue of the White House war room, and everyone's fighting, and Thor's going one-on-one with the Sentry. And pretty much Cap's fighting back. Then Osborn calls in the Hood and his gang, which surprises everyone. Then Speed rushes into Bronxton and finds Tony Stark and delivers him a briefcase from Captain America, which, as we all should probably figure out, is the armor. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, if you're giving Tony Stark a briefcase in a hurry, then it's obviously armor. And so at this point, the president just decides to take down Hammer now. And they take out the helicarrier. Thor's fighting Sentry, but then the Void starts showing up. Then we have a fight one-on-one with Iron Patriot and Captain America. But then all of a sudden, Osborn's armor is failing him, and it's revealed Iron Man. And modeled in the third version of the Iron Man armor is taking out the armor himself. Then Osborn orders the Void to bring down Asgard right now, and then Sentry goes through attacks, and then boom, Asgard has fallen. Thor's distressed. Everyone's worried, and Captain America says, "Osborn, you're under arrest." Armor falls off, and then it's revealed that Osborn is apparently looking more like his goblin self now. And everyone's like, "Told you." And then we have Cyclops saying, "Told you." Johnny, "Told you." And Hawkeye and Bullseye and Moonstone are like, "Time to go." And Osborn is saying, "What have you done?" And then Spider-Man punches him in the face and says, "Shut up." And then Osborn says everyone's dead, and that he was the one who was saving them all from the Void. So now the Void is finally free, and the role of main villain of this arc has now shifted to this character. Okay, Siege number 3 was pretty amazing. That double spread of Asgard falling was very well drawn, and I like how they didn't give Iron Man a new suit of armor, they just gave him an old one, which he was still able to use to take out the Iron Patriot armor. And I did love that, and I did love Spider-Man's moment in this where he got to just punch Osborn and tell him to shut up. Because I felt that Spider-Man needed to play some significant role in this because Osborn is primarily a Spider-Man villain. Okay, we can never forget that. I just felt that that punch was just made my day right there. Okay, so Siege number 3, definitely pick it up. And stay tuned for my reviews for DC Comics of the Week.